Teacher knowledge and behavior is the component of the model that focuses on teachers' knowledge of students and content and on their expertise in classroom management and pedagogy. Teacher knowledge is the element of teacher knowledge and behavior that encompasses knowledge of student characteristics and teachers' in-depth content knowledge, and the blending of these to enhance learning. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. A high school industrial technology class is entering into a collaboration with an architectural firm and the staff of a local museum. The students are paired with mentors, and each pair is given a design problem to solve using K'NEX toys. The teacher displays knowledge of student characteristics by accounting for the immediate environment of his students. The students and their mentors have the choice to work at the table or on the floor.
From the problem.
That's true.
And so, as I say, I can build something, I can go set it on the screen in there, and I've got the high structure.
Right.
But if it's to be determined all on the same plane, it's a whole different problem.
Okay.
The teacher demonstrates knowledge of student characteristics by addressing his students' multiple intelligences. The students use their bodily kinesthetic intelligence when they manipulate the K'NEX building toys. The teacher again shows knowledge of student characteristics by addressing his students' interpersonal intelligence. After receiving their design problem, each mentor-student pair discusses the best approach to the challenge. In addition, the students and mentors are to relate interesting facts about themselves as they work.
I was going to have you relate something that you learned about each other very quickly, and so I think I'm going to pick on the mentors this time. Rhonda?
Alex and I have met before. He attended one of our construction meetings, which we thoroughly enjoyed having him at. Working with him, I realized he's very hands-on. He gives a lot of thought to. He gave a lot of thought to how the project would go together, but very open to suggestions and ideas, and really enjoyed working with him on it. And he's interested in becoming a computer engineer, correct?
The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is evident in his method of instruction. The teacher uses group work for this activity, both because it allows the students to interact with professionals and because it allows the mentors and the students to build on each other's ideas.
What do you think? That's probably half the time. So you need 2 of these. Somehow we got to collect them.
I think since we had something of a pretty general assignment, build a geometric structure, that what benefited the two of us most was the ability to work together and sort of say, well, what do you think about this? Okay, or will you show me how to do this? So there was a nice collaborative sense to the project.
As the students present their solutions to the design problem, the teacher poses questions about their designs and about possible real-world applications in architecture. The use of questioning as a method of instruction demonstrates the teacher's in-depth content knowledge.
If this were something that was built in the real world, what would that apply to, do you think?
That, I'd have to say like maybe an antenna of some kind, or some kind of like lightning rod or something like that.
Okay. On top of your apartment? Yeah. Okay.
The teacher demonstrates knowledge of student characteristics by addressing his students' visual spatial intelligence. Working with K'NEX toys allows the students to visualize, then graphically represent spatial ideas.
I would like to know to the person, the individual, if when you started, if you pre-visualized what you were doing. In other words, once you knew you were going to construct something, did you pre-visualize what that structure might be, even in the let's say in the beginning part, the elemental part? Did anyone do that? Pardon?
Kind of did a little bit once we got our base down, and we kind of figured out what we wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah, we did kind of discuss it before we went further, didn't we?
To a certain extent, we did the same thing. I mean, we didn't know what it was going to wind up looking like, but we did take a pencil on a little piece of paper, and we kind of started at least getting some sort of an idea in mind that we started to, decide sort of a shape. But then it just started evolving after that. Yeah, this works, that works.
The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is once again evident in his method of instruction. The instructor has the students present their solutions to the architectural design problems. Student presentations give learners the opportunity to display their knowledge and explain their reasoning.
On this one, it's like Eric's. We're supposed to take something that was already made, and I took a CD player and I made it smaller, and I put a remote on it, and I made the buttons bigger so you could see them and read them better.
The teacher demonstrates deep comprehension of the subject matter he teaches. He understands both the importance of computer-aided drafting and design for the field of architecture and how his students can benefit from learning to use CAD technology. This displays the teacher's in-depth content knowledge.
We're in the process of an evolution that's taking place in the workforce as well, and also in the software. But even though we'll still do 2D drawings, more and more 3D applications will be done in the future once we get our CAD lab up to speed, and we're making that change this year, another one, as far as getting more RAM and other technological improvements. And so we'll be doing, again, many more 3D things because it's just faster. There's also a new program out called Inventor, and that's going to enable us to cut time down. Some of these drawings that took 3 or 4 days, we can do in 5 minutes with Inventor. It's a faster way of thinking and designing and drawing, and we're going to be heading in that direction this next year with these 2 computers, and these students will be able to work with that program, and they'll be able to do things much faster than with this, AutoCAD.
The teacher and the students take a field trip to some local buildings that are being renovated. One of the participants in the collaboration is an architect for the renovation project. He explains to the students some of the things he, as an architect, has to consider when designing a large project. The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is evident in his method of instruction. He gives the students the opportunity to learn from an expert's presentation.
When your teacher talks about teamwork, that is really crucial. Communication and teamwork, between John and I, we talk every day so that we don't make mistakes. It's really a big issue to communicate with people and work as a team. We have a construction team that we work with, and like I said, we have our weekly meetings where we talk to try to avoid expensive errors.
And what we encourage is that everybody's thinking about the big picture. It's not to take my plan and, okay, I'm gonna build it just exactly like I see. I've got kind of tunnel vision. I'm just doing this part of it. If you see the big picture and you see how your part fits into the big picture, you can avoid a lot of those problems, because then you say, well, why are we doing this when this might work a little better, or this might cost a little less? And then we have that conversation, and you avoid all those kinds of issues that might come up. You will make mistakes out there. Don't let that scare you, because it's just like doing your projects. That's how you learn.
You have to be receptive to suggestions and constructive criticism.
If you're going to be in architecture, you're not going to be a one person isolated. Your idea is going to be exactly that. You have to work with all these people. You'd just be amazed how many people you have to work with.
Well, that's why we try to institute teamwork in the classroom. So if they have problems, they check with each other and try to work them out.
Everybody has a role. Everybody has a skill. You have to recognize people's skills and appreciate them, and let them do their work.